Yo, DrippMan, two P's. This is Saucyy Vibez with Drip. So, to me, I wanted to discuss a saucy vibe, which is being a loner. How did I become a loner? What does that mean to me? So, back when I was younger, I found a lot of different concepts, what I mean, that I found interesting that other people didn't, which could have included reading, mathematics, or football. I loved football so much, I always wanted to play it, and nobody wanted to play it with me. I didn't have a father to play catch or nothing like that, so I would play football by myself, things like that. So it was just certain things that I did that people probably were like, yo, this guy's a weirdo. That's where it started. It continued me having to go to different foster homes and things like that after losing my mom. And even when I lived with my mom, we just moved so much that it was hard for me to really develop relationships because it hurts to get close to somebody and then boom, they're just gone suddenly. So that's how I came up. Those are my roots. Now, I found a lot of strength in it because a lot of times as a loner, you're not colluded by others' thoughts, which can definitely be a positive when you are drawing your own inspiration and you're as creative as I am. One issue that I had when I wasn't a loner and I was seeking, to be accepted, was that I was basing some of my energy and my thoughts and my actions on how other people would feel about it, even if I didn't necessarily agree with the modifications in my actions. And a lot of times that wound up draining me because they still might not have the type of reaction that you were expecting by making those sacrifices. So for me, I found just a lot of power in keeping my own energy and giving it to myself. I'm sure of what I want in relationships from people. So if they're not providing that type of value to me, I'm quick to cut them off, and not in an unhealthy way. There's been a lot of people that have said, hey, I love you. It's just not working for me. I hope you have a great life. And I just don't talk to them again. And I think, it can have its challenges, but that's healthy. So getting back to my point, keep your energy, maintain your energy. I think that's very saucy and a very strong point. So if you are a loner like me, I know that there are lonely periods and periods of doubt and what's wrong with me, but just know that that's a small portion compared to the greatness that you are when you find strength in being alone. What are my views on love and relationships? So just growing up, I didn't see my mother really have a healthy relationship with a man. You know what I mean? There was a lot of just arguing and just a lot of threats to leave and just not a whole lot of stability. So I didn't necessarily have anybody to model consistency or that kind of backbone after. So that kind of affected my thinking in terms of what is true love and all that stuff. I kind of looked at it like that's some simp shit, just to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So, but we all have that period where we fall in love for the first time or whatever, and we are simps. Everybody's a simp the first time they fall in love. And I got my heart broken, stuff like that. And it just felt like a kind of a bitter, situation for me then. My background is that I lost my mother at a young age, and I don't necessarily have a great support system. So oftentimes when I do get a partner, I can be a little bit clingy, and they serve multiple roles to me. Like, yeah, you're my girlfriend, but it's almost like you're my brother, best friend, and my mom too, emotionally in a lot of different ways. And so that can put pressure, a lot of pressure on one partner. And she's trying her best, and then I might feel like my needs are unfulfilled. And just that clash seemed to always put a little bit too much tension and pressure on the relationship when really both of us had great intentions for each other and put a lot of energy into each other. And so over time, I realized that polygamy was going to be healthier for me. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, and I think healthier even for my female partner, because just in general, when you have one partner, the structure that we have now, for us to expect them to always be there for you emotionally, I think is just a lot of strain to put on them when we still need time for ourselves and we still need time for other things. And that's just one example of why I think that there's benefits to being in a polygamous relationship with three trusting people, because just the emotional stress or can be divided amongst three people because, hey, maybe I'm not emotionally available, maybe you're not, maybe she's not, or he, the three people can be any gender, obviously. But then there's less stress and less strain of you feeling like, hey, I'm not getting the needs that I deserve met. You know what I'm saying? But you can still get them met within the same relationship. So I think it removes the strain on the one partner. And then also it's healthier because a lot of times when we feel like we aren't getting our needs met, a lot of us do find solace in other partners, whether it's emotionally or physically. And it just creates a hazardous situation where, where people can get insecure and it can become a barrier. So if you have a trusted third person already within the relationship, and you guys all understand each other's parameters, and you're working respectfully all towards the same goal, I think that it just removes just the tension and maybe some of the mistrust that can come from some of these situations. So now it was hard to implement, of course, at first because there are egos involved, whether it's with the man, hey, I got 2 women, or whether it's, with the women, because obviously, respectfully so, I think women want to establish their dominance over a situation and let them know, hey, I'm the queen, I'm the one, you know what I mean? And rightfully so. So I had to learn over time that it took very strong communication, very upfront communication, just about what my expectations were. And not only what the expectations were at the beginning, but throughout the relationship. Not only communication on obvious things, but also just about how you're feeling, about how you feel like, we can all come together. I'm trying to think of some more examples. Because for me, I make music and I create content, and I'm such a creative person that sometimes I can really immerse myself in content, and I can be lost in the sauce for anywhere from a day to 5 days, a week sometimes, just being productive and creative with my content. And so, hey, Drip, I need to call you, I need to talk to you, whatever. Sometimes I might silence my phone and not get back to you. That's just a part of my process. So having that extra partner, I think, is saucy for my girlfriend also, just to kind of get that support and just have a person there that's on the same page and says chill out type of thing, amongst other things. So it's actually been helpful, like I said, for all of us, just based on my situation, our situation, I should say. And so me and Kitty Ma were together. We tried out multiple partners, people that we felt like we can trust, and sometimes it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? But it's always with a trusted person who we feel like can bring value to our relationship. I think that's another important thing. If you are gonna have a polygamous relationship, you gotta make sure you're not doing it just for sex, fellas. You know what I mean? Because you gotta make sure that your woman, can trust, that you're bringing in the right person, and for the right reasons. And so that way, if it doesn't work, there won't be those lingering thoughts of like, wow, that was a waste of time, and he better not try doing this shit again. You know what I mean? So it has to be done respectfully and carefully. Polygamy is not for everybody, but if you identify any characteristics in your situation that are similar to mine, and you're willing to do it in a responsible, mature way, don't overlook it. That's all I'm saying. Saucyy Vibez with DrippMan Part 3, DrippMan 2Ps, of course. What are my views on drugs? Listen, guys, I know it's very popular for a lot of rappers to talk about, doing it, what's in their cup or what's in their blunt, things like that. But listen, to me, I don't think that's saucy at all. Now, I'm not condemning what you may or may not do in your personal life, maybe, depending on what you do. Really none of my business as long as you're not harming other people. All I'm saying is this. I like to promote an active lifestyle. I'm physically active. I run anywhere from 5 to 10 miles every single day. In addition to that, I'm streaming, I'm jumping around, I'm dancing, and I drink a lot of water. And instead of drinking soda, and I don't drink alcohol, things like that. And I say it to say this, there's often times where I need to be up for 3 or 4 days handling business, and I can do that just based off of the energy that I have. Your body does not need as much sleep as the scientists say when you're taking care of it. You may need 3 or 4 hours a night. I'm not saying everybody's as crazy, goes as crazy as what I do. I'm a very passionate person and a very extreme person. And I'm very happy that I found a great passion to take, something that I love that's positive, that I can take that passion out on. Because that's another thing that, prevented me from going on that path of doing drugs. I think a lot of people are maybe empty inside, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not judging that, but they may be empty because they didn't find their passion in life. And so, we do need to be fulfilled somehow. And so some of us turn, to those substances. And so, like I said, one thing that really helped for me was, hey, I know I'm a rapper, I know I'm a superstar. Doesn't matter how the world feels, I'm gonna pursue my dream to no end. And so making that decision gives me a high. And then also the successes and milestones that we're reaching based off of how hard we're grinding give me the high that I need too. So I encourage you to find something in your life that you absolutely love doing. Dedicate yourself to it to no end. And hey, look at me. I look great. I feel great. I'm in better shape than people that are freaking 20 years younger than me, man. I'm telling you, that's saucy. DrippMan 2Ps. This is part 4 of Saucyy with Drip. All right, so my views on, listen, I was with my baby mama and we're not together anymore, and now we're co-parents, and maybe she has a boyfriend, maybe I have a girlfriend, maybe it's complicated. Listen, sometimes there's madness that goes along with co-parentships, especially in the beginning, as there is that adjustment period. There can be emotions involved, etc., etc. But I think, number one, we got to put the kid first. We have to put the kid first. Have to put the kid first. What does that mean? So in my situation, I lived in one city, and baby mama lived in another city. This is just one example, by the way. Lived in one city, I'm in the other. She didn't want to meet me halfway. For me to be able to see my daughter, I had to drive all the way to the city and back every time, and it's almost an hour drive. That costs money, time, etc., etc. And there was a lot of partners that I was with that were like, hey, man, I don't agree with it. They were upset, mad, especially because I was doing it. But in my mind, what's more important? Arguing with your baby mama and then making them some excuse why you didn't see your daughter for her whole life by saying, hey, if your mom was just fair about it, I would have saw you. Or just going to go get her. My daughter really loved hanging out with me and I loved hanging out with her. Type of stuff. So make sacrifices is what I'm trying to say. As many sacrifices as you can. And I definitely encourage you, especially the men, to go overboard when you're feeling good and making those sacrifices. Because listen, especially gangsters like us, there are going to be times when you might say some rough things or some actions happen that are questionable. And if your baby mama already doesn't feel great about you or is on the fence about you, those questionable actions just might put you over the top, and you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt that you need to continue to see your kid. That's what happens to a lot of men out there. So for me, I go overboard. When I get money, hey, here you go, take some money. You know what I'm saying? And just amongst other things. When they get relationships, I tell their boyfriend, hey, you're in a relationship with her, I'm not. I'm just here for the kids. If y'all want to go party and go on a cruise ship for 10 years, just drop the kid off with me, y'all good. So like I said, go overboard. Show him that you're there for the kid. So that way, hey, listen, he tripping right now, but I trust him, type of stuff. So co-parenting, it's a skill. Work at it. It's worth it. Them kids need us. All right, y'all, DrippMan 2Ps. This has been Stay Saucy with DrippMan. New series that I want to do where we just, discuss some saucy, potentially intriguing topics, and we'll do it every so often. So if you enjoyed it, of course, let us know in the comments. If you didn't enjoy it, but you have some constructive feedback, of course, smash the like button if for anything for yourself, for spending time with DrippMan. And if you're not subscribed to the page already, what is you doing? Subscribe. That would be saucy. Another thing to consider is becoming a paid member to the page. We do got some saucy exclusive content that non-meows don't have access to, so don't be left out. It's been real.